Okay. So, professional advice. We've talked about professional advice several times. If you're thinking about setting up a new business in Spain, then you need a lawyer. That's you.
First step.
Manzanares, anyway. I mean, that is the first step, isn't it? You start off with the lawyer, and then you would go to the accountants and the engineer who will make sure the premises are suitable and so on. And so the lawyer is the point of contact.
Yes, that's the first, because even when you only have an idea, and you maybe think that it's early to go to see the lawyer, it's good to do it.
Yes,
because it may change your idea.
Yes, it changes your idea and saves you wasting time and money.
Yeah.
I can think of lots and lots of clients who've seen me over the years who've come when the disaster has happened. It's always 10 times more expensive.
Yeah.
You need a lawyer who specialises in business law, because many ordinary abogados may not. They may do court work, they may do family law, they may do laboral law, labor law. But
Spanish law is so wide, and there are so many new laws coming every day. It changes so much that lawyers really specialize in certain scopes of law.
So how do you find a lawyer, a good lawyer, who's going to specialize in business work? You're going to say, just come here. But how do you do it?
The only thing I can think of is that you really ask in the bar association, the lawyers association, the local one, for the place where you want to start your business, and they may be able to advise you and tell you what lawyers do work on that.
And another thing I think you can do is, if you're thinking of opening a bar here in the centre of Marbella, go and talk to some other bar owners and see which lawyers they've used and are they happy with the service, because those people have got the same problems that you have.
But not everyone uses a lawyer.
No,
Maybe they just use a gestoría.
Yes.
And gestorías. Yeah, exactly. But gestoría, what does is the accountancy. They not always give you overall advice and like business planning. Most
countries don't have the concept of a gestoría. So can you just explain to us what a gestoría is?
Gestoría is gestoría is who's going to manage your accounts. And your labor affairs, if you have employees and all that. This is the gestoría. And gestorías also do so many other things, like if you want to change your or renew or change your car driving license. They do manage many small things.
They're sort of like, almost like baby lawyers or baby accountants, aren't they? They
not lawyers, not accountants.
Exactly.
It's something in the middle. Yeah.
And some of them are very good. But some aren't. And of course they date back, don't they, to the days when the Spanish administration was so terrible that applying for a driving license would take days. And so you would pay someone else to go and do it for you. So that was the concept behind it.
We still do.
Well,
we still do.
Yes. So gestorías are there. But for a foreigner coming to open a new business in Spain, good idea to go to a gestoría or not?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't dare to advise against a gestoría. But the thing is, when you're a foreigner coming to Spain, it's important to find a place where they're going to speak to you in your own language.
Absolutely.
Where they're going to understand your culture, where you come from, and they're going to be advising you, giving you a global advice.
Yes.
Understanding where you come from, what you want to do. Normally, gestorías only speak Spanish or very little English, and they don't do that task of giving you advice.
Yes, they execute something as opposed to advise about it.
I have a foreign driving license from the European Union. I want to change it into Spanish. Give me these documents and I'll do it for you.
Yes.
For example.
Employment law in Spain, we have a separate video and guide about employment law. Like in every country, employment law is a very complicated subject. Is it a good idea to have a separate employment lawyer, or do firms like yours cover employment law as well as general business law?
It's always better to have everything under the same firm or the same advisor.
Because in the end it's cheaper and there are fewer mistakes.
And the thing is, everything in the end is coordinated.
Yes.
everything is related. So it's better if everything is done by the same people. You always have to go to a place, and normally you also have only one person as your speaker, your contact.
And the other thing is an accountant. Businesses will need an accountant to file their tax details with the government and so on. Most law firms do not offer accountancy services, but I believe that you do.
We do, yes.
So,
our fiscal department is what we do. We offer all the services.
So essentially, anyone coming here, sounds like a great advert for you, but anyone coming here, they can do the whole thing, advice, SDN, the administration, and the accountancy, all in one roof. Excellent. Transferring money to Spain, we know there are no exchange control issues. There is a huge difference. If you're going to send over 400,000 or €1 million to start a business in Spain, there's a huge difference between the cost of doing that if you use your own bank and using a specialist money transfer service. Do you recommend money transfer services?
No, we don't.
Okay.
No, we don't.
So you leave the clients to sort that out themselves.
Exactly.
I'm glad you said that, because there's a guide to it on Guides.Global, and feel free to have a look at the video on that subject. Okay, most important point is people should listen to the advice. They come to you, they pay you money, and they say, what should I do? And they don't listen.
They do what they want.
Yes.
And then they come back with the problem.
And then they come back with the problem later, which is great for your business, but not really good for them. So,
no. And we do like to do things efficiently. We do like that things are done properly.
But seriously, there will be times when you have to say to clients, look, you can't do that, it won't work. So if the lawyer says that, they're not saying it just because they want to be difficult. They're saying it because really they're trying to save you from a disaster.
Exactly.